place to go. So where you going to tomorrow? And I see that these are lies to come. Would you even care? And I'm feeling, and I'm feeling. Where you going to tomorrow? Where you going with a mask I found? And I feel when the dogs begin to smell her. Well, she smell of love. And I feel so much depends on the weather. So is it raining in your bedroom? And I see that these are the eyes of disarray. Would you even care? And I'm feeling
From Russia, Kremlin spoke alert city prices this week.
where you going to tomorrow? Where you going with a mask I found? And I feel when the dogs begin to smell her.
How is everybody doing this? Well, today, how is everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please type yes on the chat. I would appreciate that. How is every? I think you can hear me. How's everybody doing? Right. How are you, Caesar Jen? Spiro, Nashi? I'm sorry if I butcher your name. How are you, mate? All right. So, uh, today has been a very, very cool trading session, right? It has been a while since I had to keep an eye on my trades. Good morning, Bernardo. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Razvan, and thank you, Martin. How's everybody doing? Before we go any further, if you are not subscribed to this channel, why don't you just go ahead and click the subscribe button. It's free, and that helps us out a ton to reach new traders. So, I want to talk about a couple of things, right? I want to talk about the US dollar mainly, and I also want to talk about US equities, right? Who was here on my show yesterday when we took that Dow short? Oh, wait, I will wait. Who was here? Everything okay, Razvan? Everything okay? Well, yeah, I don't know who was here, but we made one R. We took or I took one R out of the Dow. Hold on, this is a 3 minute chart. Let me show you the 1 hour chart. So basically, this is the trade that I took yesterday. I'm gonna delete that. Yesterday I took this short at the open, right? And I closed it right at the bottom of the move. Right? The reason that I closed it at the bottom of the move is because Powell was about to go Um, yeah, I think he was uh, in Congress, right, talking about inflation, etc. So, and it was late on the day, so I decided to just close it on a 1 hour. And that's a good thing that I did because price completely reversed from the lows of the day right where I closed it. Brad, did you take that trade? Guru, which pair? No, I'm talking about the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So yesterday we took this short, right? Let me guide you through a little bit, very quickly the rationale of my short yesterday. So I was watching the Dow on the 4 hour chart, right? Don't pay attention to this. I don't even. Hold on. I think, right. I think we were looking at the Dow here. We're looking at the Dow here, right? So my rationale was this, right? It was a double bull trap. Awesome, awesome, Brad. I'm really happy that everybody profited on that Dow short because there's enough money in these markets for everybody to profit, There's enough money for everybody to profit. That's why it made me really, it made you more than the monthly fee. That's awesome. You know what? I'm going to grab that I'm going to screenshot that for marketing purposes. Thank you. So basically, what I was looking at was a double bull trap, right? The first bull trap was a break of December highs on and the Dow printed, of course, new all-time highs, right? Momentum traders got trapped and they got burned, and then deep buyers also got burned here, right? And yesterday I was looking at the retest of the previous broken level on the higher time frames, right? On the lower time frames, this was my trade rationale. And you know what? Today is basically the same. Today is basically the same. I'm gonna go to the 50-minute chart because I want to show you because this fucking thing repeats itself over and over and over, right? Yesterday we were looking at a very tight range pre-market. This was the range pre-market. And because we were retesting those previous broken lows, right? The highest probability trade was to the downside, of course. So I put on a sell stop here below the daily lows, and of course it played out perfectly. And today, my friends, today again we are looking at an even tighter range. But am I going to look for longs or shorts? What do you think I'm going to look for? What do you think am I going to look for on the Dow? Right? Yeah, I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll just wait. Fuck it, I won't wait. So, yeah, we are still below that very strong key level. Look at the hourly. Just look at the hourly. Again, retesting those previous lows. Right. Lee. Hi, how are you, mate? Long time no seen. Where the fuck have you been? It's not the same show without Lee. Dennington in the house. Yeah, my first idea, to look for longs because we broke with the previous highs, but we are still below this level, the big level that we were trading yesterday. Now, the thing about this, right? The thing about this is to understand why the Dow and overall U.S. equities reversed yesterday. Hold on. Why is this fucking thing here? How do I? All right. All right, here. So why did the Dow and overall U.S. equities reverse yesterday? It was because of Powell's comments on inflation, right? The Federal Reserve keeps increasing their hawkish tone towards monetary policy. This means that they are going to have to face inflation and act towards inflation. And that means that they already started to taper down their asset purchasing program, right? In January, they speed up the tapering by two, but they hadn't talked about increasing or hiking rates. Now, let's have a look at what they said yesterday on the news feed. So we're going to go all the way back, down, 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 because it's quite interesting. Because I mean, high inflation, right? Um, inflation has its effects on financial markets, but it's not inflation per se, right? It's what inflation or what central banks do to face inflation is the change on their monetary policy, right? So this is Powell's comments yesterday. So high inflation is a threat to max employment, and the other thing um, that is good on this rationale is that employment numbers keep getting better and better and better, right? So high inflation, high employment numbers. This means that um, central bank, in this case the Federal Reserve, has to start increasing um, rates. Hold on, let's have a look at the VIP. I hope your strategy working very good. I follow your strategy. Thank you. Hola, hola. Sign up on VIP yesterday. And also a newbie, please remember to always refer to the original signal for updates. No, I'm not gonna do that, mate. No, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Um, what's up? You know what? I'm not gonna do that. What you're asking me to do is go through Telegram and quote every single one of my messages. I am not going to do that. I manage so many things on a daily basis that that is a no-go. How are you, Rosa? So let's have a here. U.S. labor market is recovering incredibly rapidly, right? What else? Yesterday I saw something about three rate hikes in 2022. Let's have a look. I think, yeah, it was Master in three. She penciled in three rate hikes for 2022. Whatever. So basically, yeah, the tone of the Federal Reserve keeps getting hawkier, hawkish and hawkish. I don't know, more hawkish and more hawkish, right? So that means that they this year we are going to see at least one, at least one rate hike, if not three, right? That is very bullish for the US dollar, but it creates a it creates a problem for US equities. Why? Because if we look at the overall, at the long-term chart in US equities, right? This is the pandemic crash, right? And everything that you see here from these lows until all-time highs on the Dow, we are talking we are talking about a 100% move on the Dow. It is completely and utterly fabricated by liquidity, right? The Federal Reserve pumping you know, liquidity into the market has created this rally. So the reason that we haven't seen, or that the reason that we didn't see, or that we didn't hear a word about tapering down their asset purchasing program, hiking rates last year, is because the Federal Reserve had a decision to make. Either they were going to face inflation and help, the U.S. citizens, or and by doing so, fucking over everything that they built over with the injection of liquidity, or they were going to keep injecting liquidity into the economy and fucking over the citizens, with higher and higher and higher inflation. Of course, that inflation, the way that it is, um, inflation the way that it is, it's not going to play out. They have to face it, right? So, this little rant about monetary policy is why I'm going to come back to why I'm looking still for shorts on the Dow, um, even though right. So this is the thing, right? Yesterday I shorted the Dow, and it reversed completely after Powell's comments. And if you look at the daily, this looks extremely bullish, right? And more so, and not only it looks extremely bullish on the daily, but it looks like we completely and utterly missed the deep buy on U.S. equities. If we look at the S&P 500, same fucking thing, right? No, this is the S&P 500, and this is the Nasdaq, right? So. Yesterday I shorted it down, but today I'm looking for longs on US equities, right? Let's have a look on the chat. Basically, follow your. Hello, how are you, Rose? I want free VIP. Huh? Yeah, everybody does, man. You're 18 and want your VIP in free because not have too much money. You know what you can do, man? Just I don't know, just hustle on the side. It's only 35 pounds a month. And you know what? The thing about this, this is a long-term thing, right? If you really want to make money trading, right? Yes. Every fucking body starts with a very, very, very um, small account. Everybody does, right? Uh, the issue that, or the major problem is that everybody wants to flip that $500 account into a $10,000 account in 3 days, and that is just not going to happen. You know, maybe it will happen, but if you continue to do that, you will just burn out all your gains. That's not the way to do this. You know, um, my advice is this, if you don't have money, right, just hustle on the side, do whatever. There's ton, in this fucking era of the internet, there's ton of things that you can do. Just go on Fiverr and start offering your services for $5. In 6 months, you're going to have, I don't know, $1,000 that you can put on a trading account and start trading with the correct risk management. After a year, you will have a good enough equity curve to um, look for investors where you can manage their money, right? Um, flipping your $500 account into a $150,000 account so you can live off of it, it's not going to happen in a year. But in a year and a half, if you really, really hustle, you can build a track record because the thing about this is this, right? It really doesn't fucking matter if you're trading a $500 account or a $1 million account. What matters is your decision process, right? What matters is how you manage your risk. What matters is understanding the math behind trading and your decision-making process, because it's all about percentages, right? If you look at your MT4 account, right, and and you see that you're in the red. I just opened this very small account, right? This is, I just opened this account, right? This is a very, very, very small account, right? That I'm going to be trading like I'm telling you right now, right? Um, but I'm down $13. That's fine. right? But if it was a 500 or a $4 million account, I would be down $140,000. But if you look at the open P&L as actual money, that is going to fuck with your decision making process, and you are going to start making not optimal decisions, right? So you need to focus on looking at this in percentages. So it doesn't matter if you are trading a $500 account or a $500,000 account. The percentages you are going to risk, the percentages you are going to win, the R's you are, the overall R's you're going to be making or losing on your trading are going to be the same, right? The money, I mean, the monetary view on a trading account is just for rookies. So if you focus on this, right, and if you focus on really understanding and really trading good, I mean, managing your risk, you know, um, and building a an equity curve that can bring investors, that's where you're going to start trading bigger and bigger and bigger, right? I mean, the stories about people that deposit $10 and then they're trading millions, they're fucking lies. What the hell? Don't trust that. Yes, there are people that have made millions of dollars off of small accounts. More power to them, more power to them. I mean, but you are not them. I am not them. So focus on your decision-making process. It really doesn't fucking matter if you're trading a $500 account or a $500,000 account. What's important is your decision-making process. Think in percentages. Don't think in monetary value. That's my advice, right? That's how you're going to get an edge, right? And that is how, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you come to my shows, there's always people, bitching about me losing a VIP trade, Why? Why would you be mad about, um, hold on. Why would you be mad about, losing a trade? Hold on. Oh, 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 oh. So on the chat, someone said that please double check your entry on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Yeah, thank you. I mean, and that is great. Yeah, I mean, if you ever spot me making a mistake on the messages that I send, just tell me about it because yeah, sometimes I will make mistakes. So let's have a look. Um, oh yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh-huh. That is fucking correct. Thank you, mate. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me just how do I do this? All right, let me just send this to my VIP. Um, let me check the entry level. Thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate it. Right. Uh, there you go. Yeah, so how can you tell, how can we tell you something like this? I mean, if you are not live in YouTube, just send an email to support, you know, that's how you can contact me. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, so yeah, I mean, just a little rant on how to approach this, right? And the reason that I opened this account, this very small account, is because I want to show you guys how you can build how can you can build um, a small account with solid trading and depositing every month. That's the other thing, right? If you want to trade bigger, um, if you want to trade bigger, don't focus on risking 10% or going in with 10 lots on a trade. No, just focus, on the process. You know, trade with, trade good with a good risk management. And if you have $100 every month to deposit on your account, that is going to be compounded, right? Right. Let's have a look. How can? Okay, thanks. Maybe a community Telegram group for VIPs for discussion would be nice. No, no go, babe. No go. What do you think about gold? All right, Razvan, what do you think about gold? Why don't you tell me what you're looking at, and then we can have a discussion, right? So the thing about having like a community or an open Telegram group where everybody can send messages, is that it's going to be just a mess, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to moderate. And I'm not talking about you, right? I'm not talking about anybody here, but there's always people, there's always trolls, and we don't, we really don't have any time to just to manage that. Having said that, this year we're launching a ton of new products, right? Next week, by the end of next week, I'm launching a new strategy, right? So basically, this strategy is focused on the lower time frames, but what's very powerful about this strategy, I'm sorry, is that you can turn a day trade or a short-term trade into a swing trade. That is going to be launching next week, and I'm working on my full educational package. Where I've never done that, right? I've never done this, but I think that. Like I always tell you guys, there's enough money in these markets for everybody to profit, and it's not that I've been keeping this to myself in secret. No, it's just a ton of shit that is in my head that I need to put on videos, right? It takes a lot of time, but I'm working on a full course where I'm going to just vomit everything that I know, everything that I do, and yeah, people that take that are going to be part of a very, very exclusive group where we are going to have an open chat where we are going to discuss trading ideas every single day, right? But that's for later, maybe on second quarter. Yeah, tons of good things coming in for this year for Learn to Trade. The other thing that I'm going to be focusing on this year, right, is I don't trade a lot, really. I really don't trade a lot. For example, Martin, how are you, mate? Do you think a head and shoulder formation is a good short entry now on USD CAD on the daily chart, having in mind the CPI data to be released later today? Talking about Head and Shoulders, I hate them. I hate that. Head and Shoulders is um, just talking about technical chart setups, or Head and Shoulders have the least probability of success. But why don't we have a look at the US dollar, Canadian dollar on the daily chart? That's what I love about this, right? Just tell me what you're looking at, and I'm going to look at it, and we can have a discussion. So what you're looking at is a reverse head and shoulders. Do you think a head and shoulder formation is a good short end? Oh, all right. So this is the thing, guy. This is the thing. right? A head and shoulders is a reversal pattern, right? And on the daily, right? If you're looking at head and shoulders here, right, the overall trend is to the downside, right? This is a mistake that most people make, most traders do. And if you're looking at this, it's already gone, mate. It's already gone. It's already gone. But yeah, I mean, I don't trade head and shoulders, and I wouldn't trade this head and shoulder because we are in a long-term um, bearish structure or bearish move, right? I would look for inverse head and shoulders because the head and shoulders are a reversal pattern. Uh, the head and shoulders that you're looking at would actually be a continuation pattern. In this case, it played out, but be careful with that. I am a lifelong VIP customer and I follow all your analysis with interest. Thank you, Razvan Konstantin. Right, so let's have a look at what's going on. All right, so I have a couple of trades running. I'm not gonna show you, right? But I have a New Zealand dollar, US dollar. I have a US dollar, South African rand, and I have a platinum trade running, which is good, which is good. Again, the US dollar South African rand trade is a swing trade that I share on my swing trade VIP group. If you want to be part of that, there's a link below this video. You just click it and you can subscribe. Again, just a heads up before you do so, um, we don't trade every day on that group, right? Swing trading is just about patience and waiting for price to hit your levels, then getting in on a massive risk to reward for massive, massive moves. The biggest trade that we've had on that group was in Ethereum, where we bought this breakout and we made a ton of money on this long, right? This is the kind of trades that we trade on the Swing Trade VIP group, right? We held on to that trade for about, over a month or so. Yeah. And on the last piece of the trade, we got stopped out, right? Again, in hindsight, maybe I should have kept my stops to break even, right? Maybe on the last part of my trade, I managed it too aggressively because we missed this. But we made a ton of money here. That's what we look for. We don't trade every single day. We don't trade every single day. We look for this kind of setups, and right now we have a massive one that I just took. Very happy about that. Very happy about that. Right. So, any questions about anything at all? What do you think about GBP NZD? Right. So this is the thing. This is the thing. What do I mean? When you look at, all right, let me grab. I don't even think I have that fucking chart here. I don't trade that. Yeah, I don't have it, right? GBP NZD. That's crazy. Right. All right, let's have a look. GBP NZD. Cool. Right. Just, I mean, you're looking at this chart, right? What are you trading? I mean, if you are going to take a trade on this, I mean, on this market, what are you trading? Are you trading the pound? Are you trading the Kiwi? Right? That's the first thing you need to focus on, right? For example, I'm a US dollar trader. I mean, 90% of my trades are US dollar based. Some of them are Japanese yen based, but most of them are US dollar based, right? That's why you haven't, if you're a VAP, that's why you haven't heard, I mean, that's why you haven't seen uh, big, big, big winners from me because I am a US dollar trader. And what happens is that the US dollar, this is DXY, the US dollar has been in this fucking range for about 9 weeks. This is untradeable, right? I mean, last week I took a short on the US dollar right here on the retest, of this level. But that, I mean, to me, I mean that trade, um, was kind of speculative in the sense that, price is in the middle of a range, right? I mean, it's not the same thing as taking a long here and just riding the shit out of this move. No. I mean, I took a short here and I took it on the US dollar Mexican peso, right? So look, I don't know. I think I took it or here, I don't know, but it was a very short-term trade, right? And I had to close that trade very quickly. Why? Because we were trading inside of that range. So that's why. Mm. How long? How long? Hold on. Shit. When? Yeah, everybody's waiting for that. Let's have a look at this. 7:30 p.m. There's tons of time. So CPI numbers. Yeah. I mean, you're going to see some reaction, of course, on these numbers. But I think that that is going to be the trigger for those US dollar longs. Again, don't trade what you think, just trade what you see. But coming back to the US dollar, that's why you haven't seen those big 300, 400 pip winners from me. Because the US dollar is trading inside of this fucking range, right? I've been taking some scalp. What I call scalps is just a 2 or 3 hour trade, right? Right. So, Chase, you are out. Right. I'm not gonna make 300, 400 pips. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not gonna make 300, 400 pips on this range, right? But I, I am patient. I am patient. So, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen, right? Um, the US dollar is very bullish, right? Uh, Given the fact that Federal Reserve, etc., yeah, it's increasing its hawkish tone, whatever, right? I'm looking for longs on the USD, right? So that's why this show is called Powered by US dollars or whatever. I don't even remember how I called it, right? This could be the US dollar buy of the year. And it could be, right? It could be. Why? I mean, if you look at the daily chart, right? If you look at the daily chart, and this is quite speculative, of course, because price is still trading inside of the range, right? Nothing has validated a breakout. But but what we are looking at are these lows, right? If you look at historic price action, right, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, buyers have jumped in here, right? Whilst making flat bottoms and lower lows, this looks very much like a flag, right? The flag is not yet confirmed, right? Price could very easily just break down because no one knows what's going to happen. That's why you have to choose your trades, and that is where you get an edge, right? That's where you get an edge just by trading high probability setups. But in this case, even though uh, the probability of success of a long on the USD is almost break even, right? The risk to reward on a possible breakout of this flag is massive. That's why I'm choosing to take it, right? Let's have a look. It is a range on D1. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I'm a sell trade on gold. Do you think it will sell to? I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I don't answer, mate. Who the fuck knows? I don't have a crystal ball. No one knows. No one knows what's going to happen. And this is the thing, mate. This is the thing. Stop thinking. Stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like that. It really doesn't matter if you win a trade or if you lose a trade. What you're doing right now is being results oriented, and that is fucking going to kill you. Why? I know it sounds counterintuitive in the sense that you need to focus on the results of your trading, right? But when I'm talking about being results oriented, I'm talking about focusing on the outcome of one single trade, right? If is it going to sell off to the whatever level you're looking at? Who the fuck knows? What's important is if the rationale behind your trade idea is optimal, and if the math behind your trade is optimal too. That means that it doesn't matter if you take a loss on that particular trade, because on a vacuum, in the long term, that same setup will print money. And that is how you need to think about this. You know, that's how you need to think about this. It really doesn't fucking matter what happens with your current trade. What's important is your decision making process. Is the trade that you took today optimal? Does it have a high probability of success? Does the math behind that setup support taking it over and over and over to make money? If not, do not take it. If yes, take it. If you lose, that's fine. And if you see the same setup tomorrow, take it. That's how you need to see this. No one knows what's going to happen with price, right? This is an auction. No one knows future auction, right? Yeah. So, power buys from the US dollar. Let's continue to you know, a little rant on how I look at the market. All right, so I'm hating that kiwi. Yeah, another thing. I'm gonna show you this, right? I'm gonna show you this. Another thing that I do, uh, right? I have this short on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, right? Right now, this is the 1 hour minute, 1 hour minute, the 1 minute chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. So, uh, right. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15-minute candles without a real follow through, right? There's no momentum to the downside. So I am going to close this trade at break even because the probability of my short setup or my short trade idea has decreased immensely, right? The probability of success and the probability of price rallying has increased. So that makes for this trade not having an edge anymore, right? What I could do also is just move my stops above the previous high, but we are about to see pre-market volume. Uh, it's very plausible that if I move my stops below, I'm going to get stopped out. So I'm just going to close that at break even, mates. And if price continues to drop, well, good, but the decision that I just took right now is optimal. I'm not gonna do it right now. Let's have a look. I'm gonna wait for the top of the hour to make the decision. Yeah, but this is the DXY. Let's have a quick look at the lower time frames and what I was looking at today and what I was and the reason that I was telling you that this was that today was a really really cool. Actually, I'm not gonna close that trade just yet. Um, a really cool um, trading session because I mean normally I don't. I don't keep my eyes on my open trades all throughout my session, right? But because today I was buying the US dollar at the low of the range without a real setup and on a non, I mean, on a uh, 9 week non-directional range, I needed to keep an eye on my trades, right? And uh, yeah, I went down to the 5 minute chart, something that I never do. But the reason that I did this is because, like I showed you, I have this in New Zealand dollar, US dollar short, right? Which is basically a US dollar long. And I was looking at daily levels on DXY, the US dollar currency index, right? And uh, the reason that I was monitoring my trades is because if price on the DXY broke with today's lows, I was immediately going to close my New Zealand dollar US dollar short. Why? Because a break of the lows, hold on, a break of today lows would have opened, would have opened such a rundown to, I don't even want to show you the levels, but a break of today's lows right here um, would have triggered a sell-off on the US dollar, which means that the New Zealand dollar, US dollar would have rallied immediately, stopping me out at a full loss instead of me just closing it at a you know uh, one third of a loss. So yeah, that's why today's session has been really cool. I don't want another session like this in about 3 months because I really do not enjoy monitoring my trades. But you have to do what you have to do. Any questions? 2.5 hours about uh, what CPI? Yeah. In terms of fundamentals, what are roughly expecting from today's data? Do we think it's likely to be better or worse? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Uh, yeah.
French political news. French President Macron.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? That's the reason that you never front run um high impact events because um I mean all the analysts in the fucking world could be um saying the same thing, but actual data might not come out as expected. So never front run high impact events. Now, if you're a swing trader, this CPI data releases, etc., really doesn't matter because it's just noise, right? Swing trading is another animal. It's a very fundamental basis. Um, yeah, and the thing that some people don't understand is that um, when you're swing trading, I'm talking about my swing trading, right? I might lose one, two, three trades, right? That's three R's. But I'm taking 7 R trades, 8 R trades, right? And just to TP1. So it's all about patience and big ass gains. Yeah, and this small account that I just showed you, oh boy, I'm about to close this. Hold on. Oh yeah. This small account that I just showed you, I'm gonna be trading all the VIP trades, the swing trading, the swing trade, VIP trades, my personal trades too. I'm gonna share with you something that I have running right now. Um, So this is something that this is Bitcoin, right? So thank you for staying with me for 50 minutes. So I'm going to share this with you, right? This is not financial advice. This is just something that I am, it's just an order that I've placed and something that I'm trading. Give me a second. But let me guide you through the rationale behind this trade. So this 15-minute chart in BTC, USD, and I have my targets on the previous lows, right? So, um, you guys, yeah, sure, I can take a look at GBP USD. Let me just zoom in on this chart so you guys can actually see my entry levels. So I have a buy stop at 43.70, and my stop losses are below the lows at 42 300, and targeting 45, I don't know, 45 500 or so, right? So what I'm looking at here, hold on, I'm just going to take this to my other screen. What I'm looking at here is pretty cool, right? Um, I actually recorded a video yesterday on Bitcoin, but I didn't release it. I'm gonna share it today, just after this. Um, on the 4 hour chart, I'm looking at this, right? I'm really looking at deep buys in Bitcoin. And today, at the beginning of my session, I was looking at price action right here, just topping at the previous broken lows, at the top of the structure, etc. Looking very bearish, etc. So I had a sell stop, but my friends, I saw this, and I'm gonna finish this show with this idea, right? So I'll 30-minute chart, right? Just to get rid of the noise. So I looked at this, right? The lower time frames, and this is the way that I look for trade ideas. I go from the higher time frames, right? The higher time frames, this market is extremely bearish. Even though I'm looking for buys, I'm going to share the video today so you can actually watch it and see the rationality behind where I would be buying Bitcoin. But today I was looking at this. You know, Yesterday's impulsive move was massive, right? And again, a very tight range and an inside day. Again, this is not a complete inside day because we're still halfway through the trading day, but still, uh, on the short term, price has broken with the immediate structure, which is bearish, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Now we're making higher lows, higher highs, etc. This looks very much like a flat triangle or whatever, but I'm just looking at impulses. The impulsive moves are to the upside, and this looks pretty much like a flag. And again, this is a very strong level of resistance. So I'm not risking very much on this trade because one is Bitcoin, two, my stop losses are very tight, and three, it's a short-term trade based on possible momentum on the break of yesterday's highs. So yeah, that's my trade idea. Might not play out, might play out, who knows? So I don't know. I'm not gonna take a look at the pound USD. I'm kind of tired, mate. You know. But thank you for joining me. And if you want to be part of the VIP team, just click the link below this video. You know, um, this is what we do. This is what we do. I mean, we don't hire losses either. Like I told you, my first trade of the day of the week was a loss on the pound yen. Then a couple of break-even trades. Then I took a win yesterday on the Dow. Today I closed a Aussie yen short at break even, you know, and yeah, because I've been trying to buy the Japanese yen for a while, but yeah, I'm over that. And yeah, if what we do makes sense to you, I mean, just go ahead and click the link below, subscribe, and try us out. Yeah, I hate this. I am definitely going to close this at break even. What time is it? Yeah, let's just have a look at this. Right, so um, what would you do here on this trade, right? Would you move stop losses below, above this high, or above this high, or would you let it ride? No, This trade to me has hit my time stops, right? I gave it enough time to run. It didn't run. I didn't see any momentum, right? We have CPI data coming up, so I really don't want to be holding on to a trade, a US dollar based trade that is at my entry level throughout CPI data. You know, the US dollar might rally and the New Zealand dollar, US dollar might, just follow through on my trade idea, but that's just too speculative. That doesn't, I mean, trading on that doesn't have an edge. The optimal idea is just to close this fucking trade at uh, what is it? A 4 pip loss. That's cool. I'll close it. Hold on, let me just share that with my VIPs because my VIPs are my VA fucking piece. Uh, Closing NCD USD here for a very what? 4 pip loss. Don't want to hold. I'll be right back. Hold on. Right. So that's the thing, you have to, I mean, it's all about your decision-making process and not being results-oriented, right? I mean, in this case, being results-oriented would be, I mean, let's say that the US dollar rallies, right? And the New Zealand dollar crashes against the US dollar, which would be good for my trade idea. And then being results-oriented would be like, fuck. Why did I close that trade? I would have made, so much money. Fuck that. The optimal decision was to close that trade because if you leave it open, it's just gambling. And are you here to make money or are you here to gamble? You know, I'm here to make money. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. I didn't even talk about the doubt. Right. Um, yeah. I'm going to trade the Dow at the open, but that is I'm gonna send that to my VIPs only. Yeah, if you wanna, I mean, if you want trades, I send it to my VIP group. The minute that I take them, the link is below this video. Subscribe, try us out. If you don't like it, just cancel your subscription. This is not for everybody, and I mean, I understand that, right? There is a ton of ways to trade the markets, and if this doesn't make sense to you, you should be looking for something that does make sense to you. I'm not gonna push this to everybody because this is not for everybody. But again, I mean, try us out. What the fuck? I mean, it's only 35 pounds a month. I mean, it's only 35 pounds for you to try us out. And uh, we had a message here that Bagger Bagger Bodo 85 made its monthly fee with just one trade. That's how that's how it's done. Thanks for the show and the BTC ID. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here and singing with me for an hour. I know it's not easy. All right, so trade safe, guys. Be careful with high impact events. Um, you know, um, um, if you're looking to trade the U.S. equities, um, I mean, just a piece of advice, right? A piece of advice, because I mean, and the reason that I can give this piece of advice is because I've burnt money making this mistake. Don't ever, don't fucking ever trade US equities pre-market if you are going to hold through the New York Open, you are going to get stopped out every single fucking time, right? Every time. For example, yesterday, this was I think that this was the range, and if I had taken that short, I would have been stopped out, at a loss. Um, I mean, the U.S. Open is extremely volatile, more so for equities, and if you are looking to trade equities or learn how to trade equities, my advice is just spend a month every single day looking at the open on one market, on the Dow. Just look at the open. Look at the open. Draw your levels. Look at the open. Um, and I mean, and then you're going to. I mean, because the goal here is to master one market. Um, and you can. I mean, yeah. For example, like I always tell you, I'm a US dollar trader. I have mastered the US dollar. I don't give a fuck about the pound, about the Singapore dollar. Don't even talk to me about the Aussie dollar. I hate it. The Kiwi I traded today because it was a US dollar during trade, but don't talk to me about the Kiwi. I don't even know what's going on monetary policy wise on those countries. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm a US dollar trader. Master one market, master two setups. You will be profitable. So, I'm going to, I'm going to do a live session next week. At the end of next week, I don't know. I'm so filled with work that I might not be able to launch it next week. But if not next week, the week after that, uh, I'm going to launch that new uh, um, trading system. It's quite powerful, pretty easy to use. It's quite understandable, and you know, um, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that you can use it on every single market because that's a load of bullshit. And that's the other thing, mates. That's the other thing. Be careful out there because I mean, there's tons of scams and there's tons of people that are going to tell you that, I have this trading system that works on every single fucking market. You can trade coffee with it. You can trade crude oil with it. You can trade um uh I don't know uh what's the craziest market that you can think of? I don't know. Uh, Orange juice concentrate. I don't know, but it really doesn't work like that. To be able to say that, it means that this person has backtested that strategy uh, on every single fucking market for at least 5 years of historic data. And that's just not the case, right? And the strategy that I am going to launch and that I have developed works in 3 to 4 markets, right? Very, very nicely. And yeah, when I say 3 or 4 markets, of course the US dollar, you already know that that's my queen. But also I use it on Bitcoin and Ethereum, um, on gold, and on the Dow Jones. So yeah, it's pretty fun, right? It's pretty fun. Um, it's quick trades. This I'm gonna show you, right? Because this was not this one. Oh, I don't have it I don't have it right now. But yeah, I think this one. Hold on, let me see. 50-minute chart. Um, No, this was not it. But if you take this trade, right? If you take this trade, this is a short-term trade, right? This is just one 50-minute candle that we took profit on, that I took profit on. So basically, this is what uh, this system looks for, right? short-term trades. But oh, I think it was in gold. Oh, it was in gold, but I don't have the setup here. Huh. Oh yeah, I do have the setup. I do have the setup. So, where was it? Here. So this is a gold trade that I took with this strategy. Right here. Took a one-to-one here. Always a one-to-one, right? And I took half off, and then I don't know, it wasn't here. Yeah, it was here. And then no, it wasn't here. But you know what? It's the same thing, right? I'm just looking at my oscillator here, and same thing. So what this system looks for is, a short-term trade, looking for a one-to-one, but taking in consideration the possible trend continuation for a further 1 to 2 to possible 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. That's the power of that system. Again, this um, this trading system is not going to yield swing trades every single time. Of course not, but from time to time it will. So heads up to that, I'm going to do uh, a live session just to present it and to launch it. So everybody's invited. Again, if you want to be part of the VIP team, you know what to do. The link is below this video. You know what, and I mean, um, you know, be aware of the new products being launched by Learn to Trade. It's going to be awesome this year. I mean, this year we are really, really, really going to go over the board. So again, thank you for joining me, guys. I do this every single day. I don't have my camera right now because I'm working on my studio, uh, and also I don't know how to. I have a, I mean, if anybody here knows how, I have a Nikon, I don't even know what, a Coolpix B500. How to make this fucking camera work as a webcam, please email support and I mean, if you help me out, I'll give you 1 month free of the VIP group or or a one-to-one 1 hour session or whatever you want. But if you help me out, right? Just email support if you have the answer. So thank you for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Olympius coming next for the US Open and that CPI data. Don't miss that out. Cheers.